Everyone presenting in the public eye is going to experience fear. I'm a veteran, having done over 500 public speeches, and usually I'm relaxed about speaking in front of an audience. But put me in front of an audience of Dale Carnegie high-impact presentations course instructors at a Dale Carnegie International Convention, a room positively bristling with presentations expertise, and I can tell you, I get nervous. Getting nervous is natural. The interesting thing is what we do with the power inside us that the nervousness releases. Welcome back to this weekly edition every Tuesday of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, President of Dale Carnegie Training Japan and best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery. We're bringing this show to you from our High Performance Center here in Akasaka in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? In this show, we are looking at the critical areas for success in business in Japan. We want to help advance everyone's thinking so that we will be at the forefront, the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. Before we get into this week's topic, here is what caught my attention lately. Japanese banks are interested in reducing the number of ATMs they currently have. The costs of operating the ATMs is no longer worth what they are generating in revenues. The 4 largest banks in Japan have reduced their ATMs by 10% over the last 15 years. This is part of a shrinkage in bank costs. Mizuho Financial Group is planning to eliminate 19,000 employees and 100 branches by 2026. MUFG, Mitsubishi Financial Group, Japan's biggest bank in terms of deposits, will cut 9,500 jobs by 2023. The banks want their customers to switch over to online banking. This is episode number 36, and we are talking about no more nerves public speaking. Sore de wa ikimashou. So, let's get going. Unexpectedly, multiple Grand Slam tennis tournament winner Novak Djokovic has some good advice for public speakers. I believe that half of any victory in a tennis match is in place before you step on the court. If you don't have that self-belief, then fear takes over, and then it will get too much for you to handle. It is a fine line. The energy of those moments is so high. How are you going to use it? Are you going to let it consume you, or are you going to accept its presence and say, okay, let's work together? What he is saying is we don't worry about having fears or not having it. We look for how to control it. When we feel fear, our psychological fight or flight response provides energy to our major muscle groups in the chest, arms, and legs. This is great energy to tap in order to bring our belief and our passion to our messages. Speakers who look tired, bored, uninterested are not going to be persuading anyone of anything ever. So we should accept that fear is part of the process of public speaking. I read that Frank Sinatra felt fear every time before he performed. He always worried that that first note would not be there. Once he got going, however, he could relax and enjoy the process. That applies to us as well. We have to get that first couple of minutes settled down, and then we can relax and enjoy the opportunity to help the audience through providing our message or our valuable information. Fine, but just how do we do that? Tap into your energy and work with it rather than try and fight it. Here are some do's and don'ts. Don't put unbelievable pressure on yourself by trying to memorize your talk. Do have some key points you can elaborate on and through them have a logical sequence that will be easy for an audience to follow. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to become a fully competent and confident presenter, then do the High Impact Presentations course. We are all being judged when we speak, be it in the internal team meeting or in a public environment, be it the big bosses, clients, or an industry audience. Everyone is evaluating us. Don't blow it. Get the best training on the planet. Do the High Impact Presentations course now in either Japanese or English. The bestseller, Japan Sales Mastery, is the new Bible of selling in Japan. To sell to Japanese buyers, you need to create long-term partner-level trust, fully understand Japanese buyers' real needs, convince buyers with your solutions, overcome their hesitation, fear and doubt, know how to ask for the order, ensure repeat orders. This book is a product of 30 plus years in the trenches selling in Japan. Order Japan Sales Mastery now. Welcome back. We have some more do's and don'ts coming up. Don't spend all your preparation time putting together the slide deck. Do allocate time for rehearsal. The amount of time spent before our speech is the key to success. Incredibly, most people spend no time rehearsing and wonder why presenting is so stressful. Ideally, watch yourself on video if possible. If not, then use a mirror and record the audio on your phone so you can review how you sound. Rehearse as you will give it, looking at all the parts of the room, gesturing, using voice modulation, inserting pauses, etc., while talking to your imaginary listeners. Don't look down at your notes or laptop screen for too long though. Do look at the people in your audience and make eye contact with individuals one by one so you can speak directly to as many people as possible. Now, importantly, here is one caveat on eye contact. Don't make eye contact with audience members who are scowling, doubtful, unhappy, angry, negative, cynical, or sneering. Do ignore them completely and look at the audience members who are nodding, smiling, agreeing, and look either supportive or at least neutral. This will help you to maintain your confidence and equilibrium. Don't be thrown by anything unexpected. The show must go on. So, unless it's an emergency and we have to leave the building, keep going no matter what. This is not always easy. I was giving a speech in Nagoya, arranged by the local Japanese Chamber of Commerce. I was speaking in Japanese and had barely gotten into my first sentence when a senior official of one of the central Japanese ministries, sitting in the front row to my left, suddenly erupted into loud laughter upon hearing my Japanese. I will never forget that unexpected turn of events. Being a non-native speaker of Japanese and always a bit shy about my Japanese ability, you can imagine how debilitating that very public outburst was for me. I looked at the guy incredulously, but kept going for the next 40 minutes. I had in my mind, I had to put all my self-doubts about my ability to speak to this audience aside. I purposely made eye contact with audience members who looked like they were supportive. These were the ones nodding approvingly. Many were visibly impressed that I was trying to speak their language, and they really helped me to keep going. We can choose to stop, and we can choose to soldier on. Keep going no matter what comes up. Face our fears. And remember, only we know we have fear. Now let's keep that a complete secret just between us. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show is here to help you succeed in Japan. Subscribe on YouTube, share it with your family, friends and colleagues. Become a regular. Thank you for watching this episode, and remember to hit the subscribe button. Our website details are on screen now, dalecarnegie.com. It is awesome value, so check it out. In episode 37, we are talking about the Death Valley in sales. Find out more about that next week. So, yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you, and we have only one direction in mind for you and your success, and that is up.